Hey, hey, hey. Happy Intuitive Tuesday, the 15th of October, 2024. So my guys are going, weather, 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 weather. I'm like, okay, what's up? And they were showing me the pattern of right at the equinox, the day of the equinox, we went from this summery into a very distinct fall. Got a little breezier, a little chillier. It's like all of a sudden you could see different colored leaves. Not everything was as green and lush. And then we hit a little bit of a warm stride. Then we hit all the storms that were happening in Florida, and what went on in North Carolina, and the devastation and the brace for impact that it was creating for everyone, not only business and personal, but for Earth itself. And then fast forward to just 2 days ago here in DC, it shot back up to like 90 degrees and was absolutely beautiful with stillness, no breeze, to the very next morning being at like 60 degrees. The wind is whipping something fierce through the windows. And it said it wasn't even 60 degrees, but it didn't even feel that cold. And then today we've got it down to maybe 50 and it seems freezing. So it's like so different. So sweater weather, sweater weather. It's more than sweater weather. So anywho, they were talking about the climate of our energetics, not just of the temperature and the climate within the region that creates weather patterns. Now, I was saying, why are you talking about weather? Because it is what it is for me. And they were saying because people pay attention to the weather, because it sets you up for your day. You quickly look at the weather and it tells you, am I to have layers on today? It tells you, am I to have additional garments taken with me to work? What shoes should I wear? How's the traffic going to be? What are people's moods going to be in this weather? So people pay attention to it, but it can also be a distraction. But at the same time, it sets us up to at least let us know how we're supposed to protect the physical body and what to expect for the physical body, because the physical body has to be in self-preservation. So if it's too cold and you didn't prepare for it, your body temperature is going to be too low, and vice versa when it's too hot. So that is why the guides were talking to me about weather. They were also saying about the weather and the temperature and the conditions and the climate of your etheric domain, the only thing you have control over. And they were talking about every time everybody scrolls, that it is creating adrenal exhaustion, because now you're into anticipation of what might be coming, whether you're going to brace, whether you're going to let go, whether this applies to you, who's saying what predictions, what speculations, the what ifs, the what ifs, the what ifs, that all have us, hanging on the cliff, hinging on what might be occurring. Are there two moons? Is it a ship? Is it a comet? Is it a planet? Is this going to occur in the banking system? Is this going to occur with the elections? When's the next lockdown? When's the next this prediction going on? And the adrenals produce cortisol. Cortisol is a very, very important hormone for not just fight or flight. It helps you sexually develop the timing when you're pregnant and throughout your puberty, etc. It helps you turn food into energy. It balances the salt in water. It helps balance your blood sugar, helps balance your blood pressure. So when you are leaving the valve open and it is just pouring out into the bloodstream, your body has no time to even catch up. So it wants to plop down and become a sumo wrestler full of fat based on the fact that you have allowed this free-flowing hormone, this what I call liquid gold, flowing through your body, and your body can't disperse it. It can't clean it up because you're constantly under attack in the fight, flight, freeze, repeat, because you're scrolling, collecting information. And then you're also trying to live your life in the place of, how do I have balance and harmony? And it can't find that when it's under this severe weather conditions and duress. And only you can pump the brakes. Only you can stop what's happening before too much damage occurs. Only you can step away from it and realign and get your fulcrum in strength before you try to balance a billion gazillion things in your day called life. So that is why they were bringing forth weather. So it's whether we do or the weather in which we are experiencing external temperature, climate control, or whether we're choosing whether we want to participate, and then whether that participation and how it affects us depends upon the weather. So it's always weather. So anyway, that's why they were talking about it. It is what it is. And it can be used as a tool to help to guide you. But when it begins to consume you and you're constantly setting yourself up to create an overabundance of a liquid gold called cortisol, and then you're stressing out your kidneys, you are totally wreaking havoc on your nervous system and every other system of your body. Because they're all like crazy overcrowded bumper cars. And there's no room to move. So they're constantly ba-boom, 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 creating harm, damage, and disease within your physical, creating harm, disease, disorganization, mentally, and emotionally. So today, Intuitive Tuesday, weather, you choose to just listen in and maybe take stock, step back, put the lid on your adrenals, maybe look at smiling and getting a little bit of a different dopamine, serotonin, endorphin response. Maybe you could change the weather within your own etheric demographics, and then maybe you're changing the weather when you're out there. So you're balancing your intrinsic and extrinsic, your internal, your external. Maybe creating for a healthier, happier hug with thyself. All right? So you all let me know how you're doing with your weather. And leave me a message in the comments. Please like, subscribe, and share. And in the meantime, happy Intuitive Tuesday to all of you.